Hey, YouTube Nation, how you doing? It's Joe Tomei with Shorewest Realtors. Shorewest Realtors. Making a follow-up video. I did one yesterday about, you caught this house, now what do you do? And the topic was generally about different kinds of improvements and maybe ways to tackle them, stuff like that. And there was a follow-up question about that last night. And really what it centered around is what kind of improvements might have the best return on the dollar, specifically when you get to the point of selling your house, whether you're selling it now, this summer, or whether you're going to sell it in 2 years or 5 years or whatever. So I used a little AI, Googled around a little bit, and the things I'm going to suggest have the highest ROI in the South Milwaukee County and associated suburban communities in this area, versus if you're seeing this in Tennessee or in Arizona or whatever, they might be different. So in any case, the one that popped up, and it actually popped up continually, surprisingly, garage doors, overhead doors. So if your garage doors are a little old, maybe they don't complement the house, maybe they don't have windows and it would look better with windows. If they're beat up, if they're dent, if you had student drivers that backed into them, stuff like that, or if they just don't function right. Garage doors have one of the highest ROIs that there are that I can find. And I've seen numbers anywhere from about 144% to pushing 200% of a return on it. So those are something to look at. Obviously, if they're working great and they're nice and they're decorative and attractive, good for you. You've already done it and you're going to get the benefit of that. The next highest, and this was also a little bit over 100%, was a new entry door. So if your door is a little bit older or if it's beat up, locks don't work quite right, it's not shiny, whatever it is, entry door also over 100% ROI, depending on the type of door and all of that kind of thing. And really, it just makes a lot of sense when you think about it. Think about the major things when you pull into a house, the curb appeal things. You pull in, what does the yard look like? If you pulled up to a garage and the door is crooked, or whatever it is, or the entry door is all beat up. And buyers do the math as they go through it, and they look at it and think, well, now I have to fix this, and I have to do that, and I have to do this, and I have to do this. And you might get the price that you're asking on a house if you leave some of this stuff untended to, but you might not. You might come in a lot lower. It might also take a much longer time to find a buyer. Things like that can happen. And then you have continued holding costs, or ways that you're sort of putting off your life until you manage to sell your house. So there's a lot of ways to think about this. Some of the next couple of things that came up, and again, it's curb appeal and functionality, is what does your siding look like? And does the siding need to be replaced? Does the house need a paint job? I know my house and where I live, there's a lot of mature trees. A couple of years ago, there was something with black sap that came out of a bunch of trees, and it made little dots all over the house. There was no solvent. There was nothing that I could do to get rid of that stuff. So I had the house painted again, same color, and it looks great again. Don't really know what caused it. I probably never will. But it's the kind of thing, people take note of those things and they ask questions and they want to know. And the next couple of things, and I'll term these as minor, bathroom and or kitchen remodels. What do I mean by minor? You're not taking it down to the studs. You're not gutting it. Maybe you put in a new floor. If your cabinets are a little bit tired in your kitchen, you're putting on new cabinet doors or new cabinet faces. Maybe you're having them refinished. There are companies all over the place that do this kind of work if you can't do it yourself. But refreshing a kitchen and a bathroom, these are the fundamental curb appeal and functionality parts of a house that people really look at and want to know about. And you put a little money into that. A, if you're going to be there for a while, you get to enjoy the improvement yourself. And B, when it is time to sell, your house is worth that much more. So I hope this helped. This is late May in South Milwaukee area, like I said. Spend a lot of time working with sellers, selling the family home. So this kind of topic with the functional obsolescence of components of homes comes up, all the time. Somebody's been living in a house for 30, 40, 50 years. Things get a little bit tired. Happy to give you advice, and talk. All my information is down in the thing down below, and I hope you have a fantastic day, and we'll talk to you soon.